Hello comic book Star Trek fans, and welcome. My name is David Lees, and happy Valentine's Day. For those of you who watch my channel regularly, you know I cover Transformers, Star Trek, whatever else I fancy. And today it's the Valentine's Day special for Star Trek Year 5, and featuring Kirk and, as we'll see, another Starfleet captain. Their two ships feature on the front cover here. This is the USS Drake, obviously the Enterprise. And we'll get straight in. It fits in from the start within the Year 5 timeline, approximately. They don't give any actual star dates. In fact, Kirk kicks off Captain's log, star date, never mind. So he's on shore leave at the moment with a load of other Starfleet crews. You can see in the background they're playing on the beach and the sea and so on. And Kirk meets, or is met by this other lady who turned out to be a captain also. This is Captain Laura Roan of the USS Drake, and she's very similar to Kirk in their kind of approach. And in her approach, as she says, she goes after objectives like Lord Nelson. Kirk says he prefers the scenic route. That's not my recollection of the way Kirk acts and behaves, but still. They go straight into action. An ensign is being kidnapped here at the bottom. So they immediately go in, all phases blasting as usual. McCoy, dear God, man, would 5 minutes have made that much difference? So her crew, his crew come along to back them up, but the situation's already been resolved. Kidnappers have been stunned. The ensign up there at the top, safe and well. We should get back to the Drake and to the Enterprise for the paperwork. We should meet about that, confer immediately, yes. And so there they are, conferring, or post-conferring. A lot of conferring in this issue, more than you ever saw on the television, more in the TV series. 6 months later, the USS Drake is out with the captain, and she's ready to go in into battle against some Nautican pirates. Kirk, being Kirk, prefers the scenic route. I don't think so. Comes straight in, all phases and photons firing. So they meet up again by chance, and there they are conferring again. Happy Valentine's Day. So they go on a date. Strange new worlds, new life forms, and they basically have a good dating relationship together. They go climbing, dancing, reading, snogging, conferring, and Portuguese rank the captain of sea and war. It means you're a serious captain, one who's in the big chair for life. And it kind of discusses Kirk's relationship with the big chair, his relationship with the Enterprise, and how he never really settled when he was promoted from it into Admiral, which is a recurring theme in Kirk's life. He was a very good captain, and wasn't so good as an Admiral, and was much better when he was demoted back to captain later. 2 months later, kind of repeat performance this time. So the Nauticans, it's the Romulans. We make a pretty good team. Yep. And so they're conferring in the conference room afterwards. James T. Kirk, will you marry me? So we know it's a leap year. She didn't even wait until February the 29th, or whatever star date it was. And he goes and thinks about it. You didn't answer her? What, is she still on one knee in the briefing room? That's McCoy. And then on the other side of the room, Spock. This is a good idea. I am hesitant to offer advice on matters of the human heart. However, I am something of an expert on the subject of James T. Kirk, and this would actually be a good idea and your best chance for happiness. McCoy agrees, so there we are. Interesting the way it's drawn here. Kirk moving around the room while the other two are stationary. You end up with 3 Kirks, but the story flows. Here they've split it in half with a divider, and again, both halves of the argument agreeing and confirming that Kirk should go ahead and accept the proposal. And as Spock says, the Enterprise owes you one. So he goes off to go and see Dr. Carol Marcus, as you would. Interesting that she should come up. I was wondering what her response would be, since she's long established as the love interest in Kirk's life. So Kirk's thinking about that. So he moves on and gets an initial communique from Starfleet. They're promoting him to Admiral, just to really throw him into complete confusion. Kirk asks Uhura to keep it between the two of them for now, and he can't decide what to do. Should he accept the promotion? Should he accept the marriage offer, the marriage proposal? It's an interesting one. I'm not going to cover it, which is, I'm sure, is short shrift. It's been 6 weeks, James. You could have called me. No, I could not. And so the two of them think about it. And he realises he's actually going to be promoted and turn her down. Well, that's what she thinks. You want my help to face this decision you've already made, you coward. And she beams up and leaves Kirk on his own. 1 year later, Starfleet HQ, and Kirk has now been promoted to an admiral, roughly in the era of Star Trek the Motion Picture. You see from the uniforms. And suddenly there's a black hole opened up between the Earth and the Moon. And the only ship that's available is Laura's, which is the Drake. And she's already moving faster than he is, as ever. So he orders her, since he's an admiral and she isn't, to go and engage this black hole, fire antimatter at it and destroy it. The crew evacuate. She fires the antimatter at the black hole and disappears. 15 years later, this is now at the end of Star Trek 4, I can't count, where Kirk is demoted, and he said the demotion came as a relief. The big chair is as eventful as ever, and yet underneath it all, I wonder, am I always returning, going around in circles? Turns out, though, that the Drake wasn't destroyed by the black hole antimatter explosion, but went on a 15-year blast out into deep space and has made its way home again, with these blue crystals embedded in it and the crew. Lost, returned, 3 months of quarantine. You certainly keep a man interested. What can I say? I went the scenic route, Captain. Indeed, and as he says, I got busted, got demoted back down to Captain. I'll skip over this, but I will say that they do live happily ever after. She doesn't get promoted, or she's about to get promoted. She's going to become an admiral. Maybe us getting married was always a bad idea. Maybe not. So you see a love that transcends time, space, distance, and Starfleet. So there you go. So where do we start? And we'll go back to conferring again. The cover art, very nice. A do-it-yourself, make-your-own Valentine's card. I have been and always shall be your Valentine. Oh, isn't that cute? Coming up on sale in February. Star Trek Year 5, we've covered Sonic the Hedgehog. Transformers Valentine's Day Special, look for that, I'll be reviewing it soon. Transformers Galaxies is out in the near future, and we'll see. And the ongoing Star Trek Year 5, Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek TNG, and then Lock and Key. So, very nice. Wishing you a very happy Valentine's Day. Live long and prosper, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Bye for now.